welcome to the TMC Newsroom. My name is Rich Tehrani. As always, thanks for watching us today. We're at the Cloud Expo Show 2011 in Manhattan. On our program is Chad Thibodeau. He's a Director of Product Management at Cleversafe. Chad, hi.
Hi, how are you doing? Good.
Tell me about Cleversafe.
So Cleversafe is a company that provides storage, and we are really targeting companies that have large data sets. So ones that want to archive anywhere from hundreds of terabytes to petabytes. What's unique about Cleversafe in comparison to traditional storage vendors is we believe that RAID and replication are dead. RAID doesn't scale with respect to growing drive capacities. You know, we have 3 terabyte drives now shipping, and rebuild times make customers very vulnerable in the event of a drive failure. Replication doesn't scale when you start to talk about customers trying to ensure their data is highly available at the, again, petabyte range. So what we do at Cleversafe, it's very novel. We do what we call dispersal algorithms. In essence, it's taking a file, for example, slicing that file up into multiple unique segments, and then storing those segments on storage nodes, independent storage nodes. What that allows a customer is they can set a certain configuration. So for example, let's say that they have a 1 gigabyte file that they want to store. They can slice it up into 16 slices, set a threshold of 10, which means that they just need to access 10 storage nodes to basically recreate and get their data back. What that in turn means is they could actually lose up to 6 storage nodes and still have access to their data. So you contrast that to replication, where for a customer to get, let's say, 4 nines, they're going to make 1 copy. If they want 5 nines, they may have to make 2 copies. When you're at a petabyte of storage, making even 1 copy is extremely cost prohibitive. So really, again, what we're targeting is customers that have large data sets that want to use the most cost-efficient way to store their data possible.
What about performance?
So performance, what we're really designed for is we're designed for an archive kind of environment. Very good for files that are, let's say, over around 100K. Streaming media, we're very good at. We're good at throughput. We are not designed for applications that are high I/O, very random, like a database application. So what we're finding is customers, again, are coming to us saying, I've got a lot of data that I want to archive. I'm not sure how long I have to retain it, so I want to do it for the most cost-effective way possible, and I don't want to replicate. And so that's, you know, again, we're a perfect fit. The other thing that is unique is we actually support geo-dispersal, which means, you know, in this idea of the cloud, you can actually have the storage nodes at multiple different locations throughout the country, throughout the world. All the customers really limited is they're limited by bandwidth. So you're doing it over a WAN, right? There are products that provide WAN acceleration, but you know, you are at the mercy of the internet and of latency. So customers take that into consideration and kind of balance the risk of, hey, I want to have this, you know, co-located at multiple different sites to provide high availability in the event that a single site went down, and I still can access my data because I have enough storage nodes available to make that threshold number up.
Now, this is obviously a competitive area. Storage in the cloud is something that many companies are trying to tackle. How do you find the noise level from the competitive set?
So what's interesting is, again, this is a very disruptive technology. So RAID and replication have been around for many, many years. I mean, RAID's been around for decades. What we're finding is that there are, it's starting to gain more appreciation and more attention as, again, companies are looking to tackle the large data sets. So the big top tier 1 storage vendors, we're actually in discussions with some of them because they are realizing their products don't scale as it stands today. They cannot support the kind of large data sets efficiently with their customer base, and they're looking for some alternate solution. So the competitive arena is fairly mild right now, but we expect that to only increase, you know, again, as people start to really appreciate and adopt this and embrace this new technology.
Do you get a lot of questions regarding security?
Yes, we do, and actually thank you for bringing that up. So our product, what I didn't mention earlier is when we slice it, what we're actually doing is we're also converting those slices into mathematical equations. That's what gets stored on the different storage nodes. So from a security perspective, our product has inherent security designed in, because if someone were to compromise, in that example, even up to 9 of those storage nodes, they're not going to have any information. They need that threshold, that 10th one, in order to solve those equations to then get the data back. So we've had very good success in the federal space because the federal space really appreciates the fact that there's no data technically stored on the storage nodes. Again, it's not until you get that threshold number that someone can get access to it. And we do support encryption as well.
So that means that they need to hack into multiple areas
need to hack
and then try to
exactly.
reassemble
Correct.
all of the data, right?
Right.
So that means encryption keys, reverse engineering encryption keys.
Correct, yes. And actually our encryption strategy is also slightly unique. What we do is we take the encryption and decryption key and actually slice it up along with the data. So a portion of that decryption, encryption key gets stored on each storage node. Again, they have to get access to a threshold number to recreate the key. So again, it's adding, yet even another layer of protection beyond.
More sophistication
exactly,
in
much
terms
more
of the
sophistication.
hacker being able to get access to the data, which makes a lot of sense. All right, so how long has the company been around?
So we've been around since 2004. The company was founded by some people from MIT. Actually, we have our roots in Chicago. We have a lot of people at our company that came from the Illinois Institute of Technology, a very prestigious tech school within Chicago.
Sure.
And yeah, that's where we're headquartered today.
That's about an hour outside of Chicago, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yeah, we're actually located in the heart of the loop. So in fact, our office is over Union Station, which is very convenient for people. But yes, and we do have our own data center, which is fairly unique.
So what do you see in the future? Like, what are some, the viewers here, what can they expect?
Sure. I think one of the things that we're hearing a lot of discussion around is, so there's a lot of interest in distributed file systems, right? Distributed storage. And one of the challenges is that in order to do that, especially with a file system, you run into issues with file locking, contention, who wins, when two people try to write concurrently the same file into the storage system. That's an area of interest for us. So I would say for the viewers, keep an eye on Cleversafe. There's some really interesting things to come in the coming months, coming years. So.
Fantastic. Well, thanks so much for being on the program.
Great. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.